Good morning, Chairperson Lassard and members of the board. My name is Paul Schroeder. I live in Orono. I didn't come with a prepared statement. In fact, I came in like a minute late, and there was opportunity that we were encouraged to sign, so I signed on the yes. And I basically want to reflect the statements that were made by the Spencers. I think that tightening up the rules is very needed right now. We've been in a multi-year process of watching, or let's say of apprehension about the results of how operating large processing facilities will affect, let's say, our community. And our lens is the Old Town landfill. I do have one question I'd like to ask now, if possible, and then I'll close. So when Ms. Clark was mentioning about the range of waste streams and facilities and kinds of operations that will be regulated by these proposed rules. Is there some sense of how many facilities we're talking about? What is this range? Several of us were having a discussion the other day. I mean, does it include? I know it's defined in the rules, but like some sort of idea of like the number of facilities and maybe the range in tonnage per year or something like that would be helpful at this point for me.
We didn't ask Paula that when we had her up here. Generally, this is when the public provides.
Well, that's right. I'll raise it as a question, and anyone who can follow. Oh, go ahead.
My comment was if we could ask Paula to provide it to the board, because I think it's a very valid point, and I think it would be useful for the board to have that information as well. So after just this meeting, that was that was an issue.
And that's a very good idea for when we do deliberations on this topic. And also, if you put that kind of a question or comment in writing and submit it to us prior to, then the department answers all those as part of their response.
Okay, I was going to mention that there is a date by which written comments can be received. Is that March 1st?
Yes, March 1st.
Okay, so this is a good opportunity to learn more about this process. Speaking personally, I think data has been very lacking in the waste industry. I think that's been the primary response. I might be wrong, but I thought that the state planning office holds primary responsibility for collecting this data on this industry. And I think that they've really fallen down on the job. We've been trying to figure out exactly what's going from where to where for a number of years. And I think the data that are suggested here will be a great first start in solving those problems, those questions. I'd like to just add an anecdotal message about Maine's regulations. A few years ago, Maine, and what these are trying to rectify, is that Maine didn't have any, in effect, had no regulations on what happened in these processing facilities as long as there was a final home for it. And our concern was the final home looked like it was going to become Old Town. I had word that when the deputy commissioner of the environment, and I think it has a different name in Massachusetts, was told, well, gee, Massachusetts is tightening up its rules on the processing of construction debris. Do you realize that this is having effects, for instance, in Maine? And that person said, well, basically, this kind of world we live in, well, then Maine should tighten up their rules. I think that that's really a very valid message here. We need to work. This is a regional industry. It's a regional problem. Maine has its own part in it, and if we don't kind of hold up our end of the bargain, Maine is going to end up on the short end here. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.